Hello, and welcome to another Gwent City video. My name is ManteXD, and today I'm accompanied by...
Hg3, hello again.
Hey, how's it going? So today we're having this video just so we can share our plan of attack on the TGI, and we can actually tell people where can they find their favorite player, and pretty much the structure that we are taking to this. So go ahead, take the microphone.
Okay, so we have 8 roster players for Idealist right now, if you can count Manti as a roster player. But everyone will be participating in some place for TGI. So we're going to go through where you could find all of our players, and we will start with the hottest player of the summer. That is Vaish, who has been taking home all the tournaments. He is going to be captaining his own team, named Team Penguin, featuring himself, Mago, and Meisling. Meisling, I think, enjoyed a brief retirement and has been pulled out of retirement by Vaish. And of course, Mago and Vaish are two of the best tournament players. Mago is known as an absolute beast on the ladder. He has his way with the ladder with multiple accounts. So this is going to be actually one of the most threatening teams in the tournament, and a really important team to keep an eye on if you're competing. They could set a lot of trends. They could set precedents in terms of banning, and a lot of teams are going to want to react to whatever they're doing.
Definitely. That team is super scary. Vaish has been demolishing all tournaments. Meisling and Mago work really well together. We know that the Vaish, Meisling, and Mago work on decks, and they actually have developed some of the meta that we currently play. It's definitely one of those teams that, man, you gotta be scared.
Yeah, and we don't know how active Meisling's been over the summer season, but we know that prior to the summer season, especially right after the Nilfgaard patch, Meisling was up there top aiding, and I'm not sure how many tournament wins he pulled in, but he definitely was a top-tier tournament player in the early start of 2017. So this is a real threat team, and I'd be excited to look forward to them. So, but speaking of threats, we have our second team that is not full Idealist. We'll be having Pride as a member of Brazil Gaming. So this is going to be an all Brazilian team, a national team featuring Pride, Lampion, Gwentar TV. So those are 3 really well-known Brazilian players. I think Lampion and Gwentar are definitely more prominent streamers than Pride is, but all 3 of them have a lot of success in tournament play. Gwentar recently played in a show match, and I think he had a victory in that as well. So 3 really good players representing South America, representing Brazil specifically. And we've been hearing great things about the Brazilian Gwent scene. I'm really excited to follow this team as well. Pride currently residing in top 7 on the ladder, hoping that he will push it to Gamescom.
Totally. Like, well, once again, this is a team that you cannot just like shrug off. They're incredible players. Pride constantly being on that top 10 ladder, constantly, like every single day. Lampion, although Lampion is just a streamer, but his plays are solid. He's a very solid player all around. And Winter, he showed a lot of potential, a lot of power just on his last performance against Panda. And dude, I'm telling you, this is another one of those teams that are really strong. You gotta keep your eye on it, and they will go far.
So that's where you'll find Vaish and Pride. They'll be operating on different teams, but of course, those individuals will be representing us. The teams will represent themselves. And then we have our teams. We're going to split Idealist down the gut, the cleanest split imaginable. We're going to do Idealist EU and Idealist NA. So without further ado, Idealist EU will feature Gwent to Town, Ancient Silence, and Back to Kill. Gwent to Town will be the captain of EU. Ancient Silence and Back to Kill, of course, fantastic players as well. Gwent to Town has taken down a tournament this summer. I believe it was a good gaming tournament at the beginning of the summer season. In fact, I believe he got a team kill on Vaish. So Vaish was close to pulling even more tournaments home, but Gwent to Town stopped him just one time in his tear. And previous to that, Gwent to Town, many tournament wins, TGO wins, and all that lot. Back to Kill has a ton of passive Flora victories, and some of the earlier tournament victories. Hasn't been as active over the summer, but he's coming back in force now. And Ancient Silence is one of our chief analysts. He's always in tune with what's going on in the scene. Very highly regarded by the members of the competitive community, and his insight and his ability to detect what kind of trends are occurring in competitive play will help this team greatly as they try and take home the crown.
That's right. Team Idealist EU is definitely one of those teams where each member has a specific role. Like, you know, Gwent to Town and Back to Kill, they're extremely good players that they just keep giving and bringing those victories from tournaments. Went to Town recently, like you said, he won against Vage and he did an amazing job. He had the victory. Back to Kill, he hasn't been present as much in tournaments, but you know that he's constantly on the ladder. He's constantly pushing those numbers. And Ancient Silence, he's that mind over card kind of mentality. He creates those decks, and not just because of that you can just shrug him off. He is one of those great players and great deck builders.
Yeah, and Ancient Silence kind of epitomizes the idea that you can't judge people based on their ladder standing, because volume of play does not necessarily a great player make. So he'll definitely be ready to go, and that team is looking good. We're very proud of that. And then for the other half of it, well, it only leaves 3 of us left, so if you've been paying attention, you can figure it out yourself. Idealist NA will be myself, Hg3, Tragic Star, and Mante. So
hang on, I'm just gonna say, you can tell that the Team NA had the last pick, guys. they have definitely the last pick.
Yeah, we were playing kickball game and
oh god,
the last pick. So, of course, myself and Tragic Star, extensive experience, especially in the NA scene, having been top 16 in the Challenger tournament in NA. Both finished, day one pretty prominently. We have a good amount of experience. I don't really want to try and, humble brag here. So just move on to the feature of the team, ManteXD.
Yeah.
ManteXD, cold-blooded killer. Sometimes he'll go down 5 cards and drop a game for no reason, but other times he'll show up and almost win a tournament until a glitch takes it away from him.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But let me tell you something, all right? There is a promise that I have to do to the viewers right here. Guys, I promise that I will carry these 2 scrubs the best that I can. I will try to guide them. I will try to tell them the best plays that they can do, but no promises, boys. It may be too heavy. Too heavy.
The one thing you could say about our team for sure is that there's no one reining us in. We could come up with some of the weirdest and potentially the worst or the best strategies, because anything goes with this group of players, especially with Tragic Star being the deck building hit or miss god that he is. If you ask him, he's always hitting, but I can attest to the fact there's been some misses. Been some real misses.
Yeah.
So those will be our teams for the TGI tournament. This will be our first participation in the team tournament. We're excited. We hope you guys will cheer on all of our players on all 4 of the teams, and we hope to put on a good performance over the course of the next 2 months. We still have players pushing to try and make it to Gamescom. Pride is in a prominent position. We have Gwent to Town and Vaish both sitting at Grandmaster now, so a couple players within reach of that goal. So make sure to follow the Gwent City Twitter. We'll be getting up an Idealist Twitter soon. Make sure to follow those for constant updates on our team. We'll share the types of decks we've been running. We can provide some insight into our thoughts if you guys engage us in conversation. And we'll have a couple more videos coming out to talk about some more concepts for the competitive side of things that will feature more members of the actual team Idealist. And that's definitely going to be exciting and something to look forward to this summer.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I know that we have been bombing you guys with a lot of, videos about news and everything, but remember, our priority is to always be clear with you guys, bring you this news, and let you know how we're working together within our structure. So, with that being said, is anything else that you would like to say?
I think that's it for me. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. and I'll see you guys sooner than you'd expect.
Definitely. Looking forward for that. See you guys next time.